Good evening, everyone. Hope you guys are doing good today. So welcome, even those of you guys who are new. So what you'll be taught here is the footprint strategy, which is a strategy that that is applicable on all the time frames, which is a strategy that is applicable on either stocks, currencies, volatility index, basically everywhere. So what I want to start with is simply breaking down the strategy. And after that, we're going to take, on the next Zoom meeting, we're going to be tackling the questions. Now, I will need you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to do. I'm just going to be illustrating on the main chart. What is it all about? I'm going to be starting with NASDAQ. To check what has been transpiring here. So with NASDAQ in the past few days, there was a full footprint that formed. And after that, there was a first layer that formulated. When the market went up, but when we draw the same setup in the opposite direction. This is what happened. So meaning if you would have probably entered a buy, you would have closed when the market broke there. So now looking at a very much detailed form, I want to double check something in terms of what the market is about to do now. Okay. So in this case, some could have used that one as a footprint. And some could have used that one as the first layer. And if you would have used that one as the first layer, of course, this will be time for you to be on the buy of this trade. And if it is on the, of course, when you want to buy, you'll take a look at the divergence, and from the divergence, you'll be able to spot that from this point to that point, from this point to that point, you can see that when the market was here, the stochastic was there. When the stochastic was there, the market was there. So that's what we call divergence, which is a technique that we use in order to make any form of entry on the markets. So now, of course, the last thing that you confirm is your divergence is the crossing over between the two lines inside the stochastic. The settings are 533 of the stochastic that we use.
Can I ask a question? Oh, I can.
Yeah, it's just a matter of taking this thing up. After this, I want us to go to 30
Please, I have a question.
and check, because what happens in US 30? It is the same thing that happens so even here, if you can be able to check, so this will create a horizontal line, footprint. Some can use that one as a first layer and find the market has been reacting. So if you would have used this one, you'll see that the market is broken down there, then it will just be a matter of looking on where the market is heading right now. Now looking at what is happening. There was a very clear footprint here. And the market hasn't closed above here. So the best thing we can do is wait for it and close above so that we can spot divergence between this point and that point so that we can take it up like that. And just a matter of waiting here. And from there, just to show that the strategy is applicable everywhere, I'm just gonna randomly pick up a stock. Randomly pick up a stock. Okay, we just took a look at Bitcoin. And I'm going to show Bitcoin, but okay, now it won't work that much because of Bitcoin is not an old thing. So from here, I'm exposed to it since 2015. So let's lower to 1 week. even if it's 1 week. Say 1 day. Some could have used these ones, the footprint. Some could have used these ones as a first layer. So Bitcoin started by making some consolidations, yeah? And even though there was those consolidations, there's no way to make money because footprint is everywhere. It doesn't matter how the chart is. The market is the same anywhere. So you could have had an opportunity to place a sell there. Another one. Another one, you can see you had an opportunity to place a buy here. So an opportunity to eat. Let me say you had an opportunity to eat a sell here. You had an opportunity to eat a buy here. Now you had an opportunity to eat a sell going down there. Also, you had an opportunity to start buying the Bitcoin. So since from its existence, any market is the same, even the new markets like this, the Bitcoin market and everything of that sort. You can trade it using this. You can estimate what you can do, find obviously a crypto platform and analyze doing this. Or just simply do the same thing. So the big movement that happened, or what made the big crypto move, to me, it is very straightforward. Because if I look at this and I see after that, I see a divergence. After that, I see a divergence. And I know that the markets are the same. When it comes to the markets, they're absolutely the same. So I would know that from this position, meaning from the 20th of May 2016, I would have known that, okay, the Bitcoin market was about to be crazy. So from there, even if you can just simply for until now, yes, sir. If you hold that until now, you should be, yes, sir. It's something else. Yes, sir. More on air. It's too much money, guys. Even on this one, it's too much money. Because you guys can see in about how many years? 26. What was it? Okay, from 2016 until 2020. So in about 8 years. No, 6 years exactly. 6 years. 6 years, you can make definitely money. You can be able to make, I don't know. But to me, it seems like I said, so even if there's a new, whatever cryptocurrency in a block and they put it as a stock or put it as an asset, whatever, You can simply do this. Analyze it using the footprint because it is literally everywhere. There's nothing you need to worry about because it makes sense whenever every movement is about to happen. You definitely know how to comprehend it because everything is clear. Uh, let's go back to the daily time frame. I want to show you guys what happened here recently and the movements that have been happening. That's your footprint. That's your first layer. I mean, you can see the market went there into your direction. And use this as a footprint. If there's no time for first layer, you could see, you see what happened. Footprint. Now we are here. So there was a very, very beautiful divergence that happened. The market has already moved up. So meaning, let's check when did this thing. And I'm sure that also here you can also try to find the footprint. Let me delete it so that I can, or delete it when I get to 1 minute, 1 hour, I mean. So from there, I would say, wait, okay, from D1 to D. Okay, so from around here, I would have known that, okay, Bitcoin, we can expect it to move around this point and go up from there. And even now, I can still say this Bitcoin is about to still continue going up. Because why? It makes sense. A footprint never lies. Like, even if it's a bigger movement, overall movement on a bigger time frame, like whenever it is starting to go to the opposite direction, anything of that kind of sort, you'll definitely need know that, right? So I want to show you guys any form of, sorry. Yeah, let's go back to crypto. I want to show you guys any other, any other crypto. I will just choose randomly. And if we find a chart, I'm choosing randomly. Again. I chose the BTC. Okay. Let's just find something different on the crypto side. Let's try the Ethereum. It moves the same as Bitcoin, so move the same as Bitcoin. So I don't see any difference there. So now it is still even going up because it makes sense. So even this one, I would have definitely known what is going to happen about it. Advanced investment decisions based on the cryptocurrency. So I'm working on something with regards to this cryptocurrency thing that I will introduce. I don't know when, but it is something that will be very interesting to you, and you guys can also be able to make money for yourselves on it. It is very much easy, very straightforward, and everything just connects the dot, and it totally makes sense with everything. So there's a consistency also on it. So it is something that will be very good, trust me. Let's take a look at more. The reason why I'm showing trading in this way is to show what is happening in the market, to train your guys' eyes in order to find these opportunities. So understand fully how this market works, because that's why I also normally emphasize practicing, because of course that's the one that will make you go about it very better. Everything is same. Yeah, I mean, like footprint, first layer, even on you see, you could have entered way much earlier. So you can trade this thing as a pair, and after that you can also trade it as an investment kind of an approach. You can actually use anything. So what is happening? It's just practically what is also happening everywhere, because where the market you can look, if you're already involved in the stock markets, and I know stock market you have to also go about looking at obviously publicly traded companies and make more research and try to come to a point where you make sense out of the reports that are being that are out with regards to what those stocks and everything of that kind. But what I can tell you is that the answers are on the chart, because of if there's a certain way a chart is moving, and whenever there's any form of activity happening on a certain company on the stock exchange, regardless of whatever is happening, there will be a movement, or there will be a movement, an overall movement, of course, that is favoring what is happening on that event. And whether it's a buy or sell, or an uptrend movement, or downtrend movement, it will happen in a form of a footprint at the end of the day. Why? Because of, if I go into a stock asset right now, I can be able to look at that. Let's check any random stock, of course, with the proper chart. Now a cut chart like this, that's where, okay, you will see that, okay, here there is a gap, and you might not, when it is time, let's say for example, when it is time for divergence, and there's a gap that happens there, that's when you can find some difficulties. But those ones that are very much clear, stock assets that are very much clear, which you can be able to utilize, and it's not like those gaps happen all the time. Okay, so let's check out. I want to make an example with one. Okay, for instance, even though there's the gaps, let's take a look at this. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over again, of course. So that's the footprint. There was no time for first layer. So was there a divergence, a very clean divergence. So even if you traded from here to there, from here to there, if you're a billionaire and you have or whatever, you have at least like 100 million in your Bloomberg terminal. If you don't know Bloomberg terminal, it's a software where you can have access to the real markets of the stocks and everything of that kind of sort. 2 days ago, you would have estimated this thing to at least come to this position or go above this position. Because why? Because we normally know that when we use divergence in order to enter this trade, the trade normally goes beyond this, and after that, that's when we start adding more re-entries. So this place, you definitely guaranteed it. So right now, you'll be in a situation where hedge funds normally, with this kind of amount of movement, they make billions. They don't make stupid money. So, of course, when you have the funds, of course, you can take a trade like this, but at the end of the day, you'll have to also include your risk and everything. But right now, we're talking about the retail trading kind of operation, which is very much clear according to how we trade, and everything seems to be working. Nothing that we can say, okay, it is giving us doubt based on what we're doing. Everything just connects the dot, NJ. So it's just a matter of learning how to implement it very perfectly. And even these gaps, sometimes they can be like news, what is happening with the company or whatever. And they see that this can very, very impact the markets. And obviously they won't want a lot of people to win. And Forex market and the stock market is the same principle. Majority of people lose money. And when majority of people lose money, of course, the information that we are fed, it won't be in our favor. So we just have to what? Do the opposite of what we are fed. Simple as that. But in a situation where there's a jump like this, there's nothing you can really do. But normally you can avoid that when you know that there's a news or a report coming or a certain thing happened. The company burned, the company lost some assets, company sold some shares, whatever. Its net profit was not good as last year, whatever that might affect. Or you can just check, if you want to get into the economics of it, go and make a research about a certain company. What do they do? What affects their livelihood, or what affects their profit each and every year? And how is the structure orchestrated from the inside? But now when you start going into the inside, you won't find full information, because there's no way you can find full information and be able to utilize it, because that's insider trading. Is illegal. You'll be arrested. You know, you can make billions with that if you find that information. Even people who own those companies, it can get very, 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 very deep, to a point where you can be implicated for a lot of things, guys. So, but once you have a chart like this, you can operate effectively, because everything just makes sense here, and you can be able to see how things will unfold with the footprint. So that's how it is very powerful and straightforward, and something that is working on the Forex market or even the stocks market. You must be able to see it with your own eyes. If you can't see it, that means it is not working. You have to convince yourself that that thing is, you have to re-add or spice up things on top to find out that thing it is working. Even if you can just analyze randomly, you will see that, okay, this thing at some point it is going up using the footprint. Even if you were not sure after the breaking of the footprint, even if you were not sure where to enter, but if you have a long perspective and you are patient, you could have just made a bet on this thing and just see what happens. It was going to happen. You can make money in the stock market using this because it's the same thing. Forex and stock market is the same thing, but it depends on one different level. Hedge funds, they go into much details of economics and the econometrics, those things, they go into much details of how the companies are run on daily basis, what the CEOs reports are, what do they entail in order to anticipate what might happen there. But you don't want to stress yourself with that, whereas you can see everything here. Because whatever decision they're making, like it will follow the footprint. Because of the footprint, it is how the market moves. And when we measure everywhere, the market moves the same way. The market just moves the same way everywhere. That's why the footprint is applicable everywhere. And when you have that, what more else do you need? You have something that is working in front of your eyes. Just a matter of knowing to know how to use it, when to need to use it, and you must obviously take advantage of whatever is happening, so that even when you hear that there's a new cryptocurrency in the block, whatever, you can, and when there's hype around it, obviously when there's hype around something, that's where they make most of the money, because people are misinformed about it, and of course they will lose money. This system is created for people to lose money into it, okay? It's a game, it's a financial warfare. It's a war here, it's not something, no one is coming to give you 1 billion for free, like you can't do that. So of course you need to fight for your own knowledge and fight whatever you receive, because if something is deceiving, obviously it will not work for you. And if someone is feeding you information, they're feeding you information so that you can invest, and they know that the information they fed you won't bring it to their level. So you're losing money to them so that they can catch it on the other side. It is that kind of, that's what Forex market and all the financial markets are. When someone is losing money, someone is winning. All the money people are losing, it is going somewhere, guys. It is not ending somewhere. And like the financial markets is the banks, because of the banks controls this. The banks of the world, major reserve banks of countries, they're the ones that controls the inflation, all those things. And inflation, your unemployment stats and everything of those kind of all news events